Hey guys, hi, welcome back to Unacademy. This channel is Unacademy Future Doctors, and I'm your educator for biochemistry, Dr. Shivangi. Welcome everyone. Do let me know if the live stream has started and if I'm audible and audible clearly to everyone. Just let me check once if the live stream is going on smoothly or not. Am I visible to everyone? My live is my video coming on proper? Okay, great. So, hello everyone. I'm Dr. Shivangi Shukla and I'm here with another session of MCQ based discussion where we'll be discussing MCQs and I'll be giving time to answer each MCQ, and after that we'll be discussing it. Okay, the topic behind it we'll be taking up in detail. Alright, so till the others join in, hi Jatin. Till the others join in, I'll just quickly brief you about the different types of NEET PG subscription available on the app, Unacademy app. The iconic as well as the plus, both of these subscriptions are available on the app. You can access any of these subscriptions, and both of these subscriptions will give you access to video lectures from top educators across the country in the field of medicine from all the subjects, and not just their live but also recorded classes you can access. And the iconic subscription will also give you access to courses from Prep Ladder. That's why it's called best from two of the best. And the USP is that you can access these while on the go on any device of your choice. Not just the video lectures, video live and recorded lectures, but also PDF notes and question banks with more than 25,000 questions are also made available to you. Okay, now for those of you who are going to take the NEET examination 2020, Unacademy has come up with a very interesting batch, the revision batch, that will involve more than 40 educators who will take revision sessions. Who will take revision sessions along with the grand tests and subject-wise tests. Okay, so you can enroll in this batch. Not forget to put in the educator code DRSHUKLA, Dr. Shukla. Now this code is going to fetch you a discount of 10%. Okay, so Dr. Shukla, this code will fetch you a discount of 10%. Okay. Jatin is asking only second year के लिए है क्या? What do you wish for second year, Jatin? क्या चीज? Can you please elaborate your doubt? Alright, let us see till then where we have to start with. Okay. Till this we had done, right? Glycerol, this one. Okay. Which of the following is the most common enzyme involved in galactosemia? Is it A, galactokinase, B, galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase, C, aldose reductase, or D, epimerase? Okay, you have to answer in the comment section within 2 minutes. Your time to answer starts now. Jatin, the course, the subscriptions are the same, iconic and plus you can take, and in that they will provide you with different classes for different profs. Okay, and you can follow Unacademy Future Doctors for those sessions that are for the important sessions. Okay, this YouTube channel Unacademy Future Doctors, for important sessions that are often asked, they will be covered. and doubt classes will be taken. And for a regular disciplined batch, you can join any of the subscriptions, Plus or Iconic. Guys, try and answer this. This we have discussed on the Unacademy app special class. We have discussed this. Very good. Jatin and Priyanshi have answered. The correct answer here is the galactose 1 phosphate uridyl transferase. Now, let me quickly show galactose metabolism. I hope you guys have remembered this. All the important pointers in galactose metabolism I have included in this one flowchart only. Okay. You can draw it out along with me. You can try, even though you remember, you should at least write it down once. So that, because while looking at it, we may feel like, yeah, we can remember, but once you stop looking at it, then you'll realize what are the things that you are forgetting. Okay, so always make sure that you draw or you write something, the important parts. Okay. Okay, so let us start. This galactose is converted to galactose 1 phosphate. Okay, by using which enzyme? Now you guys have to prompt. Okay, you guys will tell me what is this enzyme which converts galactose to galactose 1 phosphate. Tell me in the comment section. Galactose to galactose 1 phosphate. What is the enzyme? Come on. Galactose to galactose 1 phosphate is converted by galactokinase enzyme. Okay. Now this is the second most common enzyme involved in galactosemia. Always remember. Okay. Now galactose 1 phosphate to glucose 1 phosphate is transferred utilizing this UDP. UDP will conjugate with glucose. Okay. Then it is going to donate its glucose to galactose 1 phosphate. So what will happen? It will exchange. UDP glucose will give its glucose to phosphate and take the galactose from the phosphate. UDP glucose will become UDP galactose, and galactose 1 phosphate will become glucose 1 phosphate. Okay. Now what is this enzyme? It is galactose 1 phosphate uridyl transferase, and it is the most common enzyme involved in galactosemia. Okay. Now, this UDP galactose now will have to convert back to UDP glucose for the cycle to continue, because it is not just one molecule which has to do it. Okay. Yeah, Priyanshi. Okay, I think there seems to be a lag between the live stream and the internet at your end. That is why your answer is coming at a gap of 1.5 minutes. Okay, but it's okay. Yeah, you know it very well. So this UDP galactose will be converted back to UDP glucose using which enzyme? Epimerase enzyme. And what is this epimerase enzyme? Epimerase enzyme involves conversion of epimers, interconversion of epimers. Now, one more epimerase enzyme we have heard of in the HMP shunt, isn't it? Where xylulose and ribulose were interconverting. Xylulose 5-phosphate and ribulose 5-phosphate. Remember? They were interconverting through the epimerase enzyme that acted at the third carbon position. Okay. Now, similarly, here this epimerase enzyme will act at the fourth carbon position, isn't it? Because galactose and glucose differ at the fourth carbon position. Their epimers are at the fourth carbon position. And mannose and glucose are epimers at the second carbon position. Always remember. Now, the fourth important enzyme in galactose metabolism is the aldose reductase enzyme, which reduces this aldose sugar of galactose into the alcohol, that is galactitol. And this galactitol is going to be deposited in the lens, causing oil droplet cataract of galactosemia. So this way you have covered all the 4 options here, all the 4 important enzymes you know the function of. Okay. Next question. Which of the following enzymes is not involved in glycogenolysis? A. Glycogen phosphorylase, B. debranching enzyme, C. glucan transferase, or D. nucleoside diphosphokinase. The time to answer starts now. Okay. So the correct answer here is, what is it? Come on. The correct answer here is nucleoside diphosphokinase. Okay, how is it so? Let us quickly read about glycogenesis and glycogenolysis in short. I'll first write and then I'll explain, okay? guys can draw along. Just look at the intermediates and the enzymes. Understood? Are you following? So for glyco, this is what this part is: breakdown of glycogen, that is glycogenolysis. You have three important enzymes here. The first enzyme, that is glycogen phosphorylase, breaks the alpha 1,4 linkage on the main chain and the branch chain. Till the time there are four residues left on either side of the branch site. Now comes this enzyme glucan transferase. This glucan transferase is going to transfer a trisaccharide unit from the branch to the main site, so that on the branch site just one unit remains, that is linked by the alpha 1,6 linkage of the branch to the main chain. Okay, now that alpha 1,6 linkage is broken down by the debranching enzyme and the process continues. So these are the three important enzymes in which process? Glycogenolysis. Okay, now another process is glycogen synthesis or glycogenesis, where what happens is the starting point is glucose. Glucose will be converted to glucose 6-phosphate using hexokinase in all the cells and glucokinase in the liver. And this glucose 6-phosphate will be converted to glucose 1-phosphate using phosphoglucomutase. Okay. Now this glucose 1-phosphate will be conjugated by UDP to form UDP glucose units, and then many UDP glucose units will come together to form alpha 1,6 bond between each glucose unit, and UDP will be reutilized. Now you will ask, where is this UDP coming from? Okay, where is this UDP coming from? It is coming from UTP. UTP is releasing one inorganic phosphate to form UDP. This UDP will conjugate with glucose. Okay, it will conjugate with glucose to form UDP glucose, which will then they will form alpha 1,4 linkages between glucose and UDP will be reutilized to again produce UTP. It will require inorganic phosphate, and where is this inorganic phosphate coming from? It is coming from ATP giving rise to AMP. Got it? And it is this enzyme that is going to add this inorganic phosphate from ATP to UDP, and this enzyme that transfers phosphate group between two nucleosides is known as nucleoside diphosphokinase, NDPK. Nucleoside diphosphokinase will transfer the inorganic phosphate from the ATP to the UDP. Okay, so kinases, all kinases are transferases. They transfer phosphate moieties from one molecule to the other, or in substrate level phosphorylation from scratch they will add phosphate. Okay, so and they are involved transfer of phosphate group, and most of them require magnesium ion as the cofactor. So understood this, therefore nucleoside diphosphokinase is not involved in glycogenolysis, rather it is involved in which cycle? In which cycle is nucleoside diphosphokinase involved? It is involved in glycogenesis. Okay, Now the next question, deficiency of glucose 6-phosphatase enzyme leads to A. Glucose accumulation in the liver, B. Glycogen accumulation in the liver, C. Glucose accumulation in the muscle, or D. Glycogen accumulation in the muscle. Okay, the time to answer this question starts now. Come on, answer this, guys. Pay attention, and then I'm going to discuss this. Okay. Okay, last 1 minute left. Come on, guys. Okay. So the correct answer here is glycogen accumulation in the liver. And why is it so? Can you go back to this slide? You go back to this slide, can you see glycogen, the process of glycogen synthesis is that glucose is converted to glucose 6-phosphate, which is then converted to glucose 1-phosphate, which are conjugated by UDP molecules and acted upon by glycogen synthase to produce alpha 1,4 linkage between the glucose units and alpha 1,6 linkage at the branch site after around 11 residues in the straight chain. Okay. that forms glycogen. And what is the enzyme that will produce this? Glucose to glucose 6-phosphate is hexokinase in all the cells and glucokinase in the liver. Glucose 6-phosphate to glucose 1-phosphate is phosphoglucomutase, which is reversible. This reaction is reversible. Now look at glycogenolysis. When will glycogenolysis occur? When there is a need for glucose, that is during starvation. Whenever there is no supply of glucose, ready supply of glucose from outside, then there will be glycogenolysis. Okay. Now, because glycogen is the storage form of sugar, animal storage form of glucose in animals. And what is the storage form of glucose in plants? The storage form of glucose in plants is starch. Okay. So anyway, so this glycogen is going to be broken down by glycogen phosphorylase, which is going to break down the alpha 1,4 linkage on the main site and the branch chain till 4 residues are present on either side of the branch. Okay. Now this glucan transferase will come in, which will transfer a trisaccharide unit from the branch to the main site. And then only one residue will be left at the branch site, and that is linked to the main chain using alpha 1,6 linkage. That will be broken down by debranching enzyme. So alpha 1,6 linkage is brought in by the branching enzyme and broken by the debranching enzyme. Got it? Now what will be produced? The individual units that are glucose 1-phosphate. These glucose 1-phosphate through the reversible enzyme phosphoglucomutate through the enzyme and the reversible reaction. In the reversible reaction, that is phosphoglucomutase will be converted to glucose 6-phosphate. And now this glucose 6-phosphate will be converted to the end product of glycogenolysis, that is glucose, using the enzyme glucose 6-phosphatase. Ase means breaking down phosphate. Now glycogen is stored in the liver and the muscle. Okay, liver is large-hearted, muscle is me. That is, it is selfish. So muscle utilizes glycogen only for its own needs, only for me. Whereas liver stores glycogen for use at large by the whole of the body because it is large-hearted. So it is rewarded for being selfless and large-hearted by having all the enzymes of glycogen synthesis and glycogenolysis. Whereas the muscle does not have the one important enzyme of glycogenolysis, that is the last enzyme that will produce glucose, that is glucose 6-phosphatase. So the muscle lacks glucose 6-phosphatase normally. The skeletal muscle lacks glucose 6-phosphatase. Therefore, the last product of glycogenolysis in muscles is glucose 6-phosphate. Now the muscle being muscle, a very shrewd one, what does the muscle do? It transfers, it diverts this glucose 6-phosphate towards glycolysis. And the end product of glycolysis being pyruvate, this pyruvate is then transaminated to alanine, which then enters gluconeogenesis in the liver to finally produce glucose. So the muscle has got its way. सीधी उंगली से घी नहीं निकली तो टेढ़ी उंगली से किया, नाक सीधी से नहीं पकड़ी तो ऐसे पीछे से पकड़ा, ठीक है, but it got its way. But the thing is, it does not have the long and short of it is that it does not have glucose 6-phosphate. So this question which deals with the deficiency of, it does not have glucose 6-phosphatase. So this question which deals with the deficiency of glucose 6-phosphatase will anyway not apply to muscle because the muscle naturally does not have this enzyme. So these two will definitely be cut. Glucose 6-phosphatase we have realized is an enzyme in glycogenolysis. So there will be the glycogen breakdown will not occur properly. So what will accumulate? Glycogen will accumulate. Okay, now what will happen? Because glycogen will accumulate and suppose the person has been going fasting for the last 6 hours, 8 hours, then what will happen? With no ready supply of glucose, the body will want to use up glycogen. Body is not getting glycogen. What will happen? There will be hypoglycemia. And what is this disease called? Deficiency of glucose 6-phosphatase. It is type 1A glycogen storage disease, also known as von-Gierkes disease. What is this disease known as? Von-Gierkes disease, leading to hypoglycemia and early death. Okay, So I hope you guys have understood this, all the important topics that we have discussed. I think this session will be it. We'll conclude this session here. After a break of 5 minutes, we'll start with the next session, and then we have another session at 10 at night. After that, we have a session on the Unacademy app, the special class at 11. So you can join in. There will be total 4 sessions today. Okay, 3 on YouTube and 1 on the Unacademy app, special class. Okay, so take a break for 5 minutes, have some water, have some snacks, relax for some time, relax your eyes, and then join in the next session. Okay, bye bye guys. Thank you.